I only like to look at the timeline. These games have those. I just kind of forgot that they existed. It's kind of weird. We should have enough to upgrade for a moment. I want to make more people though. I thought it did. I guess I spaced out and I clicked something else instead. Oh no, we are still making them. It's just taking time. Each game has like a different way of like stacking this shit up, and it's a bit interesting to see sometimes. I also love the fact that you have Gaia. So you used to be able to select it in the original one. You used to be able to select random animals and have a look at their stats. And it always said Gaia and then what kind of like creature it was. And Gaia was always like nature. And there was a there is a cheat code you can use to play as Gaia in Age of Empires, where you can basically harness all the animals on the map and try to like go up against like a civilization that exists and stuff. So yeah, I don't know when I learnt that as a kid, but it I think like either it was in the list of things or my brother stumbled across it, one of the two, because I just remember like minding my own business, harvesting trees. The next minute, I had like a bunch of gazelles killing me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Next minute, there's lions and elephants and all sorts of shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And my brother's just like giggling on his computer. And yeah, the fucking brothers. Have some of my drink. Yeah, for a while we had one computer. So obviously, like you had to take turns, and um, I think you could still play multiplayer. Okay, so when I was really little, multiplayer on the PC was like one person had WSD keys and the other would have the arrow keys. And ironically, my computer, my keyboard that I have, actually lists the arrow keys as WASD keys. I find that really hilarious. So I do have like alphabetical like WASD keys over to the left, and then my arrow keys over to the right of my keyboard have the same fucking letters listed on them. Like I don't know what went wrong there, but because I grew up as always being the person that played on the right, I like to play a lot of my older games with the arrow keys instead of the WSD keys. And it's kind of why, like, for instance, in StarCraft and stuff like that, you know how, like, you can super ultra quickly play by, like, spamming, like, different letters and all sorts of stuff. Like, then I hit W and we got an extra person and stuff like that, right? Click off that. Like, what did I do earlier? I clicked on something earlier and I built something. But anyway, yeah, when you do stuff like that, I never like really came across it because I was always the person that was with the arrow keys and stuff at one side. I don't even know if I don't know. We are cutting trees. I was gonna say I'm like I used to like the ones that had palms and stuff. Um, chopping down palm forests or tree date palm forests. It'd be kind of cool in a way if these gave you like an occasional like date fruit. But I think that would be too much for this kind of game where like you cut this resource, it gives you wood. Like there's no real mechanism to say that a tree also gives you food, kind of thing, because then all trees would, I guess, have to be coded on some level as having food or a percentage of food. I like that they're close enough to be able to figure that out. I feel like Phoenix is like really fucking lost. Hold on a second. I'm hoping that that muted. Because if not, I absolutely 100% blew some people's eardrums out. So I was trying to get Phoenix's attention to come down here. Because I don't know if he's got like low vision at night. It did mute, no worries. Thank God, because I was like, I realized I should have just clicked on it manually instead of trusting the buttons to make sure that it worked. But yeah, I was hoping that Phoenix might be able to like at least hear where I am, because I'm talking nonstop, but Phoenix kind of like will just wander around and like not really register it. But if I can make a loud enough noise, he'll come down here. Hopefully. I will hydrate Joel. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to come down here. He did shut up though, so I guess he like at least knows where I am. I guess that's all he wanted to know tonight was where I was. He just he was escalating from his usual kind of like wandering meows to like just progressively getting like deeper and louder because he's a Tonkinese cat, right? He's a cross between a Siamese and a Burmese. And Siamese generally have like really, really deep, kind of like, some of them have like a sort of raspy, sort of like heavy meow kind of thing. And he's got the worst of it for his breed. He's got that really, really bad like Tonkinese meow. And so when he escalates to like that deep throaty fucking howl kind of thing, it gets really, really fucking loud. Whereas like a normal cat, they'll meow and you'll hear like various like whoas, like they'll make like a whoa sort of noise as they meow howl kind of thing. And yeah, it's normally still cat sort of sounding sort of thing, but Phoenix just starts sounding like somebody's fucking drowning him or something, and he's not. He's literally like probably sitting on a chair. It's just that it's dark, and I swear he uses echolocation. He's got pretty big ears, so I always suspected on some level he uses echolocation. It's like echolocation and cat confirmed. All right, I'm waiting for this to like finish making people, but I just realized I hadn't realized that it's not making the people because I don't have houses. I didn't register this at any point. I'm like, there's something that I'm missing. But I couldn't figure out what it was. Yeah, no, we figured it out. So the problem is we don't have houses to make the people. And I want to do the research. And I'm like, I was waiting for the people to finish getting built so then I could make the research and then I could do the houses or not do the houses. I could then build like the next buildings and stuff. But I'm like, something isn't processing here. It's oddly quiet, but I don't know what. This is the problem with like not playing a game for like a year. It's just 100% forgetting how the fuck it works. Okay, so now we've got houses. That thing would have been going this whole time anyway, even without the houses. It just would have probably taken me a bit longer. We have enough food now. I can do up to 20. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do up to 20. And I'm hoping, realistically, I was hoping to get more food for like upgrading and shit later, but I guess we gotta scout around. We'll see. No, Azula is completely like stretched out behind me. It's adorable. My objectives. Defeat all enemies by any means. Lol. I just never look at these anymore. Can you go up this way? I think this is going back behind me, so if there's going to be resources, it's probably going to be ahead of me. I just like how everybody has somebody to fucking say. I'm pretty sure they say something different too between the different like what do you call it, colonies and shit. So yeah, I always like that. We're gonna find a gazelle or some water. This place reminds me a lot of the Oasis one. It has a central water source, but it looks very hilly inland. There's a gazelle. There we go. And we upgraded. So my people are starting to get made now. Man, I gotta get you to keep walking. I gotta get you to walk all the way up to green because I need something to like become obvious. Alright, so now that that is upgraded, I like making watchtowers and shit, but I'm gonna need food. I feel like the ambient music on this one is just not musicking. You know? Like before we had all that gorgeous music. Like, where's my music? Oh, you know what I might have done is I might have accidentally toggled a button before. And music looks like it's on the same thing as before. Yeah, usually when you start a new map, it starts flowing like some nice music and shit. Like, I could probably save this and load back in and see if it like works. But because I've been sitting here and that's kind of like what's been sort of stopping me is I'm like, what am I missing? Like, because it's just solid silence. Let me save this. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. And let's see about... Yeah. I'll just load the one that I'm already in and on. I was hoping that it would... There we go. Okay, so something was wrong with the music. I've been sitting here like staring at this thinking like something is wrong with the game. And I couldn't figure out what it was because it was just dead silence. I'm like, there's this eerie sensation that something isn't right. And I don't know what happened exactly. But anyway, yeah, okay, so there was also, I forgot to build the houses and stuff like that. But it was kind of like because I was trying to figure out what was going on. But we have music now. And yeah, even the animal noises. I wasn't getting any animal noises. I'm glad I reloaded that because honestly, that would have been fun to like have like... Part of Age of Empires is the music. Were they making chopping noises before? They might have been making chopping noises, but I didn't hear anything else because they made a noise when they upgraded this, which is around when they were hunting that, which should have made arrows and stuff. Music in the cart. Yeah, well, that and the runes. Oh, the sound of the runes getting discovered and then lost and stuff like that, or acquiring all the artifacts and having to hold on to those for like the amount of time, was 1,000 years or something like that. And then when you make a wonder, I was hoping to be able to like get to a point where I could like make a wonder, but I would probably honestly have to I'd probably honestly have to play a little bit like faster and harder and shit to get that far, or add some extra allies while I'm not really paying attention and shit, you know, just to stay alive. One of the tactics that I used to use, I do it on Warcraft, is I used to build my base in my allies' base. Like, we'd have this here, right? I'd build some stuff around it, but then I'd go and promptly make duplicates in my allies' base, so that in the event that they fall, they will be fighting and I'll be fighting and stuff in one spot. I like how this looks too. This is really nice. But then if I fall down here, then I still can survive. This looks really nice. I love the green with all this. What are you? Assyrian. Alright. Yeah. They're a lot further along. But anyway. Oh man. I haven't even gotten out of like this like ultra stone age situation yet. We're in tool age, but like we ain't tooling yet. I'm so glad that like the music is back. It was just kind of like... something felt off. But I was struggling to place what it was. And I'm like, is it something with the stream? Am I forgetting something? Is it the game? Like, is something wrong? Like, you know, I was trying to cycle through everything. Obviously, it's one of those... Oh man, there's so many people over here. Did I set you all to... Yeah, I set everybody to wood, didn't I? So the funny thing is, like, because I was actively talking the whole time, I was like diverting brain power away from problem solving. And yeah, it kind of slowed down the whole process, but it's fine. We solved it. Let me get some stone in here as well, because I want to make some fucking watchtowers. No, mate, go back. You know, the interesting thing is if I run out of time for the 2 hours for this particular game, I'll save this, and this will be one that I can actually play in the future. and try to like get my bearings and like keep recovering and shit. Be one of the first continued games, because like unless I die in the next 15 minutes, because I did add a little bit of extra time to this game, right? But unless like I die, this might be one of the first matches that might actually be played across 2 streams, which means it will probably become it'll probably be in another year's time. Nah, I do want to like get my random rotation Wednesday night roster like fixed up a bit. But yeah, at the same time, I have a lot of games that go into that. So what will probably happen is when one of my games runs out, like for instance, like when eventually I get to the end of my line with Diablo 2, for instance, that's probably the best example, is my Thursdays would free up, right? If I don't have a solid game to put into that time frame, I could very easily throw like a second random game night or something like that and just like be able to cycle through 2 a week. So it would be more likely that we actually get one. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of probably what I plan to do with that until obviously like until I'm like ready to do the sorceress. I would like to kind of just go back to back with that, but at the same time, I do want a distinct difference between character A playthrough and character B playthrough, because they will be 2 separate characters and how I'll play them will be different. So yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting into Tabby Cat. She's gonna be so great. She's gonna be so great because like the OCD side of it, I have to break down how I didn't quite have the OCD on my what do you call it? The skills, because the OCD looks like it was still definitely there on her, but in a slightly different way. I think what happened is because I looked at all of her base stats and stuff like that of the original character, because as I said, I managed to import her into Resurrected, and I was looking at how I think one thing is higher than a lot of the rest, and I'm thinking what I did is after I completed her playthrough, I feel like what I did is I probably did a reset on her stats and made it better, like playable, because as a sorceress you need like I think a pretty hefty amount of mana. So yeah, I just have to differentiate. My brain's just not doing words. I have to kind of like get between that and be like, okay, what was original and what changed. But yeah, I can't wait to show off those. I can't wait to show off the original Kelly and Tabby Cat. Just because like once the recreated Kelly's playthrough is finished, I can literally like run around with the original Kelly and the original Tabby Cat, and like I don't know, just like run through everything, blow everything up, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just stoked that you can even have, you know, the old original Diablo 2 characters in Resurrected to begin with. Because I looked at it originally and I'm like, if it's technically it's like the one game, right? They've just like fixed it up, right? They've just like remastered and stuff. So it's still the same one game. Actually, I'll take you guys over here and you guys can do farming. It's just that it's, I don't know. It should, like, code should work. The only thing I noticed differently was when I copied it in, there was a CLK or something file that had to create. That was the only thing I noticed was different. Like, they didn't come with that on Diablo 2 Original, so I'm guessing that the Resurrected has something. I honestly remember it as like click, but I don't know what it's supposed to be, like maybe homepage or something like that. Because the original Diablo 2, it was all just in like little image tabs kind of thing. Like you would see your character in amongst like the box, like the grid Grid's the right word. Whereas now you click on it and it shows you like your whole profile of the character. I literally just remembered that you guys unlock the live 2D avatar and I will eventually have a whole fucking character. God damn. Like the thought just like came back to me when I was sitting there when I was thinking about the Diablo 2 character and how like you have it all on screen. I'm like, I see. My brain just was like, all right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. I'll be honest, like when I put the stretch goals, like I said, I was considering the fact that like how should I put it? So basically, like when I did my first September event, right? Like that felt like an outlier event kind of thing where like that was kind of a lot for like a little new creator and stuff like that. But I also was trying to kind of like base it on like my average sort of like subs, resubs, stuff like that, kind of engagement type stuff, like all that sort of stuff based on like roughly what I know. And also including the fact that like Twitch has obviously increased like the prices of everything, and also that like, yeah, everybody's more or less like struggling in the world and shit, right? So I was kind of like working on the basis that where I kind of put it was not really going to be something that was going to be reachable. Basically, it was more like a carrot on a stick kind of situation at the end of the stack that was never supposed to be like captured in the first place. It was never supposed to be like attained. And now I'm like, I actually need to sort my shit out. But I'm also like concerned about like how the fuck I'm gonna do a karaoke stream. And I'm gonna have to find out from my community what kind of book or story they want me to read on stream. That one's going to be interesting. That's probably actually going to be more than just one stream, because I will probably just sit there and like read out stuff. I initially was like, oh, should it be like a physical book, or should I have like a ebook or something like that and like have it on screen and just literally read line to line? And like, I wouldn't know how to fucking set that up. But, like, yeah, I don't know. We'll sort something out. We'll figure it out. And movie night, though. Movie night should be fun. Last time we did a movie night, we watched Lord of the Rings 1. And I said that we were going to do another movie night, but we hadn't done one since. So, yeah. That wasn't too bad though, because like that was like a 3-hour thing where we just kind of like hung out and watched the movie and stuff and just chatted and stuff. Was it 2 towers ? Well, we watched the first one, so like when I put up what will happen with the I will hydrate too, Droll. Thank you. Hold up. So what will happen with movie night is in Discord, I will list a bunch of movies that I have, right, that you guys can vote between, and you'll just put like a heart on whichever one, like whichever ones you would like to see the most. Like you can select multiples, that's fine, but yeah, it has to be something that I already have, so that like we can watch it and stuff. But yeah, I lollingly thought that I'm like, it would be hilarious if everybody ended up voting for fucking second Lord of the Rings, and just like every other year we just watch like a continuation of the Lord of the Rings. Like that's just funny. But yeah, when that happens, I'll need to boost the server so that I can output in a decent quality, because that's the only thing that stops me from doing movie nights more frequently, is that I can only output in like a certain amount if I don't know if it's the server or if I have to be boosted. I can't remember which, but one of the two needs to be boosted for me to be able to do the thing. So Yeah. Otherwise, it does output all right, but it is kind of pixelated. And I'm like, if you guys have like unlocked a special event, I'm gonna at least take the time to try to like present it in a way that's like quality kind of thing. Give me that card. I didn't even see that I got that earlier, you know? Very sad I don't have licking emotes on this account, lol. But you have access to your other one, so I don't know, you and your amount of like licking emotes, that is a lot. That's like a particular thing. Is that Two Towers next Lord of the Rings movie? Oh, trust me, I know. I know what the Two Towers is. So my brother used to have, I think, the PlayStation 1 or something like that when we were kids. I think it was PlayStation 1. And he had like Lord of the Rings Two Towers or Twin Towers or something like that. And I remember playing it, and it was so fucking hard to play, especially when you were up against the what is it, like, I can't remember if it's an ogre or something like that. Oh shit. Ramesha. That gopher's judging the fuck out of you, man. Everybody knows what you just did. That's what that button does. Welcome in. Fucking hell. Yeah, where you know when the sword glows and they're underground, and I can't remember if it's like the orcs or something, and nearby, and you've got to do that battle. That one was really, really hard, and I always really struggled with it. So I remember the Twin Towers, because I just remember frustratingly having to like play back through and trying to complete that and shit. It was fucking something. But yeah, when they get to that part, I'm like, internally, I have some level of like annoyed PTSD about it because of the game. And yeah, I don't know. I thought we did. It was fun. That music in the cart. I know, I saw that before. Project Audiobook. Project Audiobook. That would be what, for me reading out something, or like, is that a program that would allow me to like read something out and have it follow and stuff? Because like with the stories thing, I will probably have, there's either I will read out like several of like my dream stories, or potentially we can like pick a book or something like that, and I can make a series of like reading that, so that like if you guys want to like listen to it in a car or something like that, you can. The only thing with that is that I will probably, just to obviously keep on par with it, there'll be probably like no sound alerts, there'll be probably no me responding to stuff throughout the stream, and it'll just be like you guys chat between yourselves while I read, and then whenever we get ads I'll just pause, something like that. So that way it can kind of turn into acrylic reading out a book kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. But the movie stuff will be fine. Movie stuff's fun because like we've got a dedicated channel for it in Discord where you can watch the movie, and we have a connected channel chat to it where nobody can make any sound in there, but you can spam messages and talk about the movie, talk between yourselves, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what we did last time. It was quite fun because like, I'm pretty sure I just had the movie running on my computer and I just responded to everybody on my phone because I didn't want to like fuck around with like where the focus on my screen was and what I was clicking on and what I was doing and stuff. So that's how I ended up working with it. Some people put the movie on the TV and they did the same thing. They responded with their phone and stuff. So yeah, it was a fun event. But yeah, all I'll do is I'll list like a few movies or whatever. Like some of them will probably be like new, old, part 2, whatever. And yeah, you put a heart next to whichever ones you want to see, and then whichever one ends up having the most hearts ends up being the one that we watch. That's how that works. But obviously if we get like a tie, I just put it to a vote as like between the two, and like ask people to make a decision and stuff, so that then we can like come to it. Either that, or if it double ties or something like that, I'll fucking flip a coin or some shit. Actually, I might just fucking flip a coin if we get a tie. That'll just be faster. But yeah, when that happens, I'll have to either boost Discord or I'll have to nitro myself or something. I don't know which. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing here. I think I've got to like... I need an extra building. There we go. I'm doing that thing again where I'm like, I'm missing something, but I don't know what. It's fine. What else I miss? Yeah, but don't have the old phone with me. Yeah, well, it's fine. I was going to say, I was trying to remember which one. I was pretty sure you said the Renexus one is on phone. That's the one with like all the sauce stuff. So it's not my fault. I get subs on streams with looking emotes. Don't put this on me. I don't know. You put it on yourself when you brought in like several different ones yesterday and showed them off. It's the same thing as when everybody cycles through how many like tail wagging emotes that they've got. I got no problem with that, but the licking ones make me question some things because I'm like, who are you following that's making this, you know? Also, the timer for Age of Empires has run out. We had additional time on this, so I'm going to save this. Who are you, mate? Are you an ally? No, he is not. Okay, I'm going to save this one. I guess I should save it with an actual thing. Last stream. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. So, this game will probably continue into into like a future stream, which is weird because, you know, most of the time Age of Empires doesn't continue, but this will be an exception. Now, I didn't get to look at this last time because there's usually, where is it? There. I like looking at this thing. I know I'm in the way, but I love looking at this. So I always try to race my allies and the AIs and stuff like that to be like the first. I'm like a mile behind everybody else, but to be fair, we did glitch out with this one a little bit where the audio wasn't working and it was distracting me, so that's fine. But I'm like basically akin to where everybody's 3ing out, so alright. So let me just get out of this. I'll go into just chatting for a moment and I'll swap over to StarCraft. I just want to make sure all my shit's where and how it's supposed to be and stuff.